So let's get going. We're going to start with the homework review. As you guys may recall, your homework after the audio video section was to experiment with one of the AI tools that we introduced today. For example, making an IG reel or a YouTube short from a blog post or another video. And what I would love for you guys to do is jump in the chat right now and share with us in a line or two about your experience building and experimenting with AI for audio and video. And I'm going to put Jeff on the spot for a sec. Jeff, I know you are an avid experimenter, playing with audio and video tools in preparation. For last week's session, you were a dancing avatar. What, if anything, in the last couple of weeks have you done that maybe you haven't shared with us yet that really kind of aligns with your experiments and where you're having fun with the tools?
Sure. Well, to be honest, some of the most fun I have isn't always the most lucrative in terms of my business. One of my favorite things to do is I use a tool called 11 Labs to clone my voice. And I've been using it to send my mother pre-recorded messages that I can just type with ChatGPT and then send her a little love with my voice. And it's a little bit uncanny valley and it creeps her out a little bit, but that makes it extra special to me. And I have a lot of fun kind of trolling my family with these tools.
It's funny. Last week we talked about deepfake Drake and how, a really talented audio producer was able to create a song that's frankly better than anything Drake has produced in the last 5 years. And the flip side of that, of course, is there is a very sad story of parents who paid a ransom because they got a voicemail from their child saying, I've been kidnapped. And if they had thought to just pick up their phone and call their child's cell phone, he would have picked up because he wasn't kidnapped, because that was a deep fake. So there's real, the AI safety thing is not to be trifled with. And everything that we've seen to date is 1.0. And what's to come if this technology is not, if policy guardrails aren't put and this technology is allowed to run amok as it has up until now, it's going to get pretty ugly. And then the flip side of the deepfake fear, of course, is if Donald Trump had that recording that had him saying kind of crude things about a woman were to come out today, it's very likely he would have called that a deep fake. And so you're going to see people who are taking real things and saying they're fake, and of course you're going to see fake things that are being shown as real. And the ability for us to distinguish is going to have to be developed. There's a great example of Photoshop and how when the Photoshop technology was developed, you were able to create image-based deepfakes. And so we had to learn how to begin recognizing something that's Photoshopped. And this is this concept that Nicole always talks about, which is the source of truth, right? And how do we validate that that's a real video or a real audio recording versus a deep fake? Are there signatures? Are there ways that we can do that? All that technology is incipient and very much being figured out. And there's going to be a really bumpy period between now and whenever this stuff has settled down. Last week in Congress, the founder of OpenAI begged Congress people to begin building policy and legislation around this, because he recognizes that we are weeks or months away, if nothing changes, from a major catastrophe. And it could be as simple as, the son of a senator being kidnapped. It could be, impacting in the upcoming presidential election. It's coming if we don't do anything as a country and as a world about mitigating some of these risks. Europe is way ahead of us on this. The Biden administration, even before ChatGPT, had put a blueprint for what this policy could look like. But, we want to be really upfront about the risks and the possibilities that audio and video in particular create.